Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of our new series, Crash Talk, where your boy, Killer Cam, and your other boy, Ja Resurrecta, talk just some... Oh, wow, what a dope sign, by the way, behind you.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
cool.
Thank you. I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're just going to sort of riff and talk and mention stuff from previous episodes that we left out or... the reception of episodes. We're just going to talk. It's just another time for you guys to join the discussion and get up in here and, talk. So,
which is why it's live.
exactly.
Yeah, there's
right.
a ton of stuff like when we're doing some of these shows where I know I wanted to get to something and tell you about something, and then we don't get to it.
Happens a lot.
So I was thinking, while we're doing, why not talk about
Have
it
an
here?
additional time set aside to do it.
Yeah, and then there's some stuff too where I'm sitting around. I'm like, I want to call Cameron and tell him about some crazy thing I just read about or heard about, whatever it is.
We do it here now.
Yeah, maybe I'll just tell
we
him
do it
here.
here.
That's cool. So yeah. So how's it going?
It's going well. So one thing
Yeah.
that I left out last episode that I really wanted to get to, and I remember I said this to you on the phone, and then I'm like, you know what, let's put this in the show, and then we weren't able to. But I said to you, I made the bold claim.
Yeah.
Jared, did you know that Mission Impossible 2 changed cinema? And he said,
It's impossible.
What?
It's
Yeah,
Mission
it's Mission
Impossible
Impossible.
is what that is. Yeah, no, tell me about this, please, because that doesn't make any sense. And I knew that it was going to be long-winded.
Sure.
This is perfect.
So what
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, so what it is Mission Impossible 2. They first had the script. They didn't have a director sign on, and then they had, what's his name, JFK, Oliver Stone signed on, and he started writing a dope.
Oliver Stone
screenplay.
was going to do Mission Impossible?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And Tom
wacky.
Cruise really wanted him. So the whole idea was a new director every time, a new style every time.
Oh, I wonder
a
if
new
that would
feel.
have been good. Would
I
that
don't
have
know.
been good?
Maybe dope. So he wrote up a screenplay, and apparently it wasn't great because they had somebody come in and doctor it and fix it up.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I mean, I'm thinking of like Tom Cruise like fighting people with animal noises.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because that's all he does.
Punch and shit.
I love his movies for sure, but I don't know.
Except Alexander.
Yeah, I don't know if I would like this one. So maybe it's best that he didn't do it. But that
So
okay.
he
so
didn't
yeah,
do it.
He
So
doesn't
Oliver
do it.
Stone didn't do Mission Impossible 2. And again,
Crazy.
that's just another thing. What if Oliver Stone did a Mission Impossible? Crazy.
Yeah.
And so he didn't. And then before a director was signed on, they had Ian McKellen signed on.
Okay.
Right? And so Ian McKellen was going to be the Anthony Hopkins character. He was going to basically say, "This is your mission." And he's like, "Oh, it sounds incredibly hard or whatever." He's like, "That's why it's called Mission Impossible,
Okay.
not Mission Incredibly Hard," whatever he said.
Oh, okay.
So this should be a walk in the park for you,
Right.
And so he was supposed to play that character, but because it took so long to get off for the movie to get off its feet,
Okay.
Ian McKellen had to go and do other stuff, namely sign on to X-Men to play Magneto.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So we would have had a different
he
Magneto.
would have had a different Magneto. Also, he wouldn't have time to sign on to play Gandalf. In
Oh,
Lord of the
wow.
Rings.
We would
So
have had a different Gandalf.
Also, Dougray Scott, who after Ian left, signed on to play the bad guy in
Yeah.
Mission Impossible 2 and wasn't able to play Wolverine in the X-Men movies.
Wow.
So
okay.
so there wouldn't have been Hugh Jackman. There wouldn't have been Ian McKellen in this movie.
That's
right?
whack. Okay, so if Mission Impossible 2 would have went forward in its original form,
We never would have gotten Lord of the Rings with Ian McKellen as
Right.
Gandalf. We never would have gotten Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Uh-huh.
We would have had Doug Ray Scott.
wow.
So it would have been. So
Who ended up directing it?
John Woo,
Yeah, who's amazing.
Face Off.
Yeah.
One of the best movies.
Cool.
I love Face Off.
Wow. So I guess right. I guess it did change a lot
so
of it.
much because think of
What?
if there was a different Gandalf. Oh my God, it changed. There's so much little.
Yeah.
So many little
Wolverine's character is so
Oh my
cool,
God.
but
Dude, how
if
many-
it was done wrong
If
or
it
by
was
the
Doug
wrong
Ray
guy,
Scott, do you think they would have had fucking Old Man
19
Logan and
of them?
shit? No, there's no fucking way.
And he wouldn't be coming back now for fucking Deadpool. How cool is that?
Deadpool 3. It's gonna be incredible. And
I
if,
can't even
if they
believe
stick
it.
to a hard R, that'll be so fucking. Dope.
I know. It's
That
going to be fun watching them slash each other up.
Because that's
And
it.
then if they're going to team up at some point, it's just.
Did you see the trailer where it's them and they're talking about what they're gonna do, but there's music playing over it, so you can't hear. But you see like Wolverine stabs him in the head.
That is funny, yeah.
Slicing. Oh, it's so funny. It's like
gonna be
perfect.
good. And the two of them always messing with each other and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been like obsessed with Hugh Jackman since I can
Forever.
remember, right?
Yeah.
Ever since he started playing Wolverine and then he became Deadpool, it's just nonstop.
Would Ryan Reynolds even be Deadpool if Hugh Jackman didn't sign on? And
So that's canon. When he uses the time watch and goes back and kills his old form and goes back and even kills himself as Green Lantern, that could be canon, right? Because Deadpool
they're
always
moving him
came
into
out
the
of
MCU.
right. He can come out of comics
yeah.
and so that could actually all be real, and maybe the time travel device is how he.
So this is
gets
the
into
theory
this
is
universe.
they think this is how they're gonna get rid of the Fox universe and make it all MCU. Is he's gonna like kill off the Fox universe? Or something like that.
That's actually the coolest
Genius,
idea I've
genius.
ever heard.
Yeah.
So we would get to see Deadpool kill all of the old Fox X-Men characters, just like he does in the comics, basically.
Yeah.
Where he kills the whole Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
that's the best idea.
dude, he's perfect as Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
It's so.
He was made for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Made for it. He's great. And both those movies are so fucking good.
Yeah.
So good. But yeah, Deadpool 3, especially under the MCU banner, it might be like the best of the three. We'll see.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of superhero shit. So remember when we were looking at the Little Luna videos?
Yeah, the levitating.
You were like, oh, this is BS. Even in the chat, people were like, oh, this is such bullshit. This is such bullshit. I sent you a text message earlier for a video that I'm sure you didn't watch. Watch it now. This is a magician who obviously knows all these art tricks and stuff. He was going around trying to see if he could find real magic in the world. This was an old
do you
series.
believe that Little Luna's real?
Yes,
You believe that?
I think that people definitely have this ability, 100%. And I think that somebody in good health that takes care of themselves, that studies meditation, would be able to do something like that. Is this the guy? The way he looks and everything, who knows? The way he talks, is this the guy, right? But how do we know?
What does the guy? What does the guy
exactly.
look like? Right?
What does it take to really get in touch with the universe?
New camera angle. Also, look at that.
Yeah, that's true. That's really cool. What does it take, right? You don't have to be this or that. It's different for everybody.
I think I got it right.
Okay, yeah. So please watch this real quick. This is a magician.
Supernaturals?
Yeah, so the magician and his camera crew, they check under and everything. This is supposed to be him using his mantra, which is a repeated, prayer
Mantras, yeah.
over and over and over. And then they
What's his
lift up off
mantra?
and then they lift. Maybe they're using resonant sound frequencies. I'm just saying, I believe in this stuff. I'm not like nuts. There's science here.
Who was explaining it? Was that you last episode? Yes, it was. Oh, that's funny that I sort of forgot it was you explaining that. And you even beat the drums when maybe Egyptians did this. Like they would
India,
get
the Shiva stone.
Who was it?
The Shiva stones in India.
Yeah. And they would get the rocks like moving stuff, and then and it would be like malleable. Then when they'd stop, it would harden.
Oh yeah,
fucking crazy.
There's tribes in Africa that talk about doing stuff like this. They're not the only ones. That was just one that off the top of my head, the Shiva stone, so you can actually visualize how they would have done it. But there's been expeditions or stories from. There was a doctor, notably. I wish I could remember his name, but this doctor goes to. There was a Tibetan monk who was like extremely ill. And he goes up to take care of him, ends up staying at the monastery for several months while he's taking care of him.
Yeah.
You've heard this story?
Dude, I know the guy who fucking starts fire and shit.
Oh, no, that's a different guy. And I love that guy.
I want to talk about that.
I talked about that guy to anybody who will listen because I think he's legitimate.
And even people who wouldn't listen.
Yeah, I believe he's legitimate.
You'd
I just keep talking and they're like, get away from me.
Stop,
I'm like, I'm never going to stop.
Yeah.
No, you need to know about this.
Yeah.
I'm
just trying
I'm
to
persuasive.
shop.
That's what that's called. I mean, even if you have orders against you and you get arrested.
No, yeah, exactly.
So check this out. No, so this guy, he's staying with the monks, and he realizes that they're working on a project where they're building something on the top of this mountain, way high up. And what they would do is they would line up these drums and these massive, 3-meter long tubas, and they would all play them, right? And they would drum these drums, and then they would all chant this mantra while playing these instruments. At the bottom of the hill, from where they're playing, from doing this stuff, they end up at the bottom of the hill. There's a rock that's sitting on top of this, like a concave, something they built to put the rocks on top. Massive stone, right? Weighs a ton.
Okay.
And as they're playing, the stone, after about 4 minutes, started to move, and then it lifts up.
When was this?
This was in the 70s. And the guy had video of it. Then the company that actually sent him out there to take care of this monk, when he brought the video back the first time, he shows it to him.
Yeah.
The rock lifts up, flies all the way up to the top of the mountain, and the monks just gently move it into place where they're putting it. And then he said using this method, they were able to move 4
He filmed this?
mega. There's no video of it, no evidence. He drew pictures of it and gave accounts of the how long they are, because he went back twice and took video twice. Both times when he brought the videos back, the company that hired him kept them and never released them. He thought this was like, the world should see this. This is amazing stuff.
Of course. Yeah,
and it was
agreed.
suppressed. And before you go like, oh, it's crazy. Dude, there's so many instances of people, finding out about certain technologies, like whether it's free energy or levitation. And when they're trying to show people or make it public, somebody instead takes it for themselves and hides it to use it for military application, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's annoying as hell.
That's
all the good
way
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice about these. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're caps.
Got it. All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
for hanging up the sign.
But dude, yeah, play this thing. Watch this real quick. I want you to watch this.
I'm interested. Okay. Oops. So let's see what we got.
True or not is that you have power of levitation.
This guy looks like a ghost hunter from the early aughts.
That's great.
Not the monk. The
I know, yeah.
Magician, this is something that I'm
He does.
fascinated
He
with.
looks like a
he got
magician
ghost hunter
too.
vibes. Yeah, right.
For
Yeah,
sure.
he does. He does.
But we're not the same the Buddhist meditations.
Yes, I understand. I know you don't want to teach me how to do it or
Yeah,
tell me
he's like a
if
David
you're-
Blaine.
what you do, but maybe I could just witness it.
The editing's great.
Yeah. Because
You come from very far away.
You just witnessed it.
no, I
Look behind you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, did they cut the whole thing
Yeah,
where
yeah.
he just starts floating right then? Would be so
Yeah.
obvious. It's just bullshit.
Yeah, right.
But no, that's not what happens here. Thankfully, that's why I wanted you to see this one. There was a bunch
I
of
know you're
fakes.
not gonna. But if you would just maybe show me.
I can
show
do it on
you
command.
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be the best.
Now I'm doing spirit fingers.
Yeah.
That'd be the
This
best.
monk is wild. Yeah. This.
Monk here.
Chase, what up, my boy?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, the only problem is, I don't know if he could call into the show unless you sign up onto here.
That's okay. For right now, I mean, chat's good, and we'll do it next time. I don't want to interrupt
You're
us
so funny.
talking. Yeah, to set things up.
But
That's
but
silly.
he always has good takes. But
Yeah.
yes, him in the chat, it might be good enough.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jessica Brittany.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
She loves the neon sign. Thank you. Yeah, it's dope. All right, let's continue.
You show me your scale. I don't know what happened, but I will try one time.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I need you back. If you still close me, then my energy doesn't roll. Yes.
Okay.
Which is fair. I don't think that's a setup.
Yes, him in the chat.
Oh, shoot. I can't see it. Can you see it? The whole point is I want you to see it.
No, yeah, I got you.
Oh, okay.
Just making sure we're. What's he doing?
So here well, he's walking around.
No, I
There's
get it, I
probably
get
some
it. I'm just
energy
saying, like,
thing
what's
here. You know how
happening?
they gotta get their energy going. And I always try to think of the science
You're messing up my
behind
chi.
this stuff, like because there's all science to it. There's no mysticism here.
Science.
We're on a planet that's spinning around at 1,000,000 miles an hour around other big circles. It's crazy what's going on out there in the universe. We don't think this is possible. Give me a
Crazy.
break.
It's nuts. It's out.
So he's just saying his mantra. Now they went in there, make sure obviously he didn't set shit up. That'd be funny if it doesn't work. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, just not this time.
Not today, fellas.
Come back next week when I have my wires. There it is. Boom. Look. It's starting to happen. Which makes sense that it would be kind of like a
But I've seen
slow-
magicians do this, right?
Right. And he is a magician here to just make sure that that's not what he's doing. So they try and get under him. They use the camera. They go around him. And he, as a magician, though, the idea is he should be able to recognize what he would be doing to fake it.
But that's what the long robes and stuff. That's the. So he has a bar connected behind him, right? And the long
No.
robes just sort of
He
cover
walked.
it.
We watched him walk over there.
Yeah, but
And what happened? You saw him hook up a bar?
no, you've never seen magicians do that.
They hook them up. I've seen the things where they set them up early in the morning and bury it and then sit on it. And then as people come out, it looks like. But we watched him from us Indian style, sitting up, walking over there, walking in a circle
Indian
3
style.
times, first of all, walking in a circle, so there's nothing there, sitting down, then doing his mantra, and as he's floating, there's nothing underneath him. We know there's nothing behind him. There can't be anything from above.
No, I think there is something behind him, especially they had all those fucking...
Okay, so you don't think levitation's possible, or you think this one guy, for some reason, is faking it on this show, which is about debunking people that are faking things?
I think...
Because that's what the show is.
Maybe there's a person out there... I don't know. I don't think there's people...
Well,
that
just
can
think of it
levitate.
scientifically. This is what I do, right? Do we believe that levitation is possible?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
All right, so there you go.
But
So why
humans
couldn't
doing it?
Yeah. Why? No, not just one human. We're talking about humans throughout history. There's levitation, at least evidence of it, proof of it, and people over the years who have claimed to have been able to do it. And it's all the same. It's all energy. It's all chakra. It's all meditation. It's all centered. Then it's not like they all have a different method. It ends up always being the same. It ends up always being the same kinds of people that can do it, and the
Monks.
same people that spend their entire lives trying to become one with the universe. There's no empty space, right? If there's dark matter everywhere that's filled with energy and power, why wouldn't resonant sound frequencies or a mantra being done in a certain frequency tone over and over again start to maybe move those dark spaces or start to push them into to lift you? There's science to this, right?
Yeah, but also everything's vibrating. Why can't we just fucking walk through walls when there's nothing is completely solid?
Yeah, there isn't.
We
Yeah.
can't, because we can't.
Well, no, we can't in our current states, but that doesn't mean things can't penetrate each other in some way. Yeah.
Penetrate.
I'm just saying that has nothing to do with levitation. This is a completely different discussion. But yeah, levitation, if levitation is possible, and if using sound is the way to do it, then I think that is pretty authentic because it's somebody using a mantra to do it. Okay. If he just stood there, like you said at first, and started lifting up, bullshit. That's obviously fake. That to me is flying, right? Like the superpower. I don't want a superpower. I want the science. I want to know how are you doing it. Healer, shaman, right? Using mantras and saying it over and over again to heal the sick people for thousands of years before modern medicine. That's what it was. It was frequencies, healing frequencies. They kill cancer with sound waves. They killed 16 different types of cancer using just different types of frequencies.
I get you. Okay. Maybe levitation exists. I don't know if that's my jam.
Just
I
this
would
guy.
die on that.
Yeah.
On this guy's fucking authenticity. I wouldn't die on that hill. But
Okay.
But I get you. But yeah, maybe like ghosts and shit can walk through walls because their matter is sort of displaced, right? Or it's sort of like they can, get through those frequencies.
Well, it's just densities and such, right? We can't walk through each other because we both have density, right? We both smack right into each other.
Let's try to go through each other's fists.
So if we could change our density.
What if we fucking did live on air?
Yeah,
it
that
actually worked. That'd be the best.
I don't think that's actually impossible either. There's probably a way to do it.
You believe it? Yeah. You're not a skeptic by any means.
Well, no, actually, I have a skeptical mind, but if there's some science to it and enough witnesses, I mean, the stuff that I bring up, especially when I'm talking to you, like about this kind of shit, this is all stuff with enough evidence to take to court. There's video evidence, there's written evidence, there's witness testimony, there's enough to go to court with. That's the shit I bring up. I'm not bringing up wild stuff I'm just pulling out of the air. This is like several people. This is peer reviewed stuff. Some of this the flying devices
or levitating monk is peer reviewed.
No, I'm talking about the science behind it.
I know.
But that's why I bring it up. I don't bring up just wild shit.
Speaking of ghosts and potentially being able to move through walls, right?
Okay.
I've had a few ghosts encounters. I know we had a ghost episode.
Yeah.
And speaking of, this show's sort of about filling in blanks, right? And talking about previous shit.
Yeah.
By the way, you know what episode's doing the best right now so far?
Missing 411.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fun.
People are loving it.
Yeah, it's fun.
And you know what's crazy? You were telling me a buddy of yours.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, hey, did you check it out? Because he said he wanted to watch it, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like 6 hours deep. Watched like 3 fucking episodes.
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, I'm on my 3rd one. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, nice. Yeah. Good.
Wild.
Yeah, that's fun.
And these aren't short episodes.
Mm-mm.
The podcast never sleeps. They're long.
Mm-hmm.
Crash Talk is not going to be as long, but yeah. So ghosts. You have ghost experiences?
Let's see.
I got a cup.
Okay.
I got a cup.
Yeah, go ahead.
So one, I worked at this joint, and so I worked graveyard. right? And overnight, it would die out and it'd be just dead.
Yeah.
And I was working 2 jobs at the time, so I would get off and I would go. I'd work swing at this one job that we only opened for dinner. Then I would go finish up and I'd go and I'd work my graveyard.
Okay.
And so I'd always hear sound. So I'd be, because when it would die out.
What a great angle for me right now. I sat back. I was like, hey,
yeah.
welcome to the sleep.
Man spreading.
Welcome to the no
crash
sleep
talk,
show,
motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I was like, I was posted up and I was laying. They had these nice little like lounge areas. I was laying like sort of like a couch like this, except not as nice. And I was sort of laying on it with my phone. I had my AirPods in.
Okay.
And I'd always hear noises and shit, and I'd always hear like all around me. Granted, there was doors everywhere, so
Rats, too.
I always thought it was
no. Hopefully,
I always thought it was somebody trying to like break in and shit.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
I'd pop up, be like, and then I heard enough. I'm like, it's just the wind or something, whatever. But then it was too like deliberate. Like it seemed
Know what you mean?
deliberate, yeah. And I'm like, the fuck,
Yeah.
Like I'd hear the door shake, and then I'd look up, and it would stop.
Right.
I'm like,
That
wait
shit's
a tick.
annoying.
So I started getting used to it. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. And so I'd hear it, and I'd be like, hey, cut it out.
Yeah.
And it would stop.
I
And I'd
tried
be like,
stuff like that
this is
before.
weird.
Yeah.
And then so actually, I showed you the video. So one time, I'm like, you know what? I'm crazy. There's no ghost. And then I hear some shit in like behind the kitchen. And so I take out my phone. I start filming. I actually have a video of this. I take out my phone. I start filming. I go around, and I'm looking, and I don't see anything. I'm waiting to see a shadow person pop out of a door frame, right?
Right.
Do that shit.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, right?
Get that on camera.
And I'm like, nothing. And so I'm filming, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, there's no ghost here. And then I say, we're all good. Turn off the phone. And then I'm like, well, let me see if there's a shadow person in this video.
Yeah,
I
because sometimes you miss them.
Sure,
There's all those videos
sure,
online. Yeah.
sure.
Didn't notice it until the
Yeah.
uploader uploaded the
Yeah.
video and his friends told him.
Exactly. Or
Who's
the
behind you?
Yeah,
with the knife?
or his YouTube audience noticed. He
Yeah.
didn't even notice. Yeah. So I go, I play back. I have my AirPods in, so it's real loud,
Yeah.
and I'm listening. And when I'm walking around, I don't see anything. And then when I say there's no ghosts here, you hear this woman's voice say, except for me.
Oh, that's cool.
Like very, very clearly.
yeah, we should upload that.
Yeah, I need to show the people.
That's cool.
And then I say, we're all good. And then you hear, no, we're not. It's either no, we're not, or no, you're not. But it's,
That's
yeah,
funny.
there's no ghosts here.
Ghosts with a sense of
except for
humor.
me. Like
Yeah.
a woman, except for me.
Weird. What could
And then
that be?
I know. And then I'm like, we're all good. And you hear, no, you're not. Oh, it's so fucking creepy. Just like that. And the cadence
Yeah.
and everything.
Huh.
Yeah, that was creepy. Another place I worked, graveyard, there was shit would happen. Chairs would move on their own. I remember one time,
That's pretty good.
yeah, like a chair was like facing forward, like on the bar.
Yeah.
I'm like, weird. So I put it, and I was talking to this person, and then the chair, we looked again, and it was like back like 3 feet.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Also at that place, real quick, something that would always happen. When I go to the restroom, and I'd hear a woman say, Cameron! And oh shit. I'd
That's
pull up my pants and I'd
annoying.
run out.
Yeah.
And
There's no
nobody.
one there.
And by like the 5th time I heard it, I'm like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
I stopped going. But I would also hear at that place, when I'd put in my headphones, and when it would die out, I'd turn down the music, and I would just like watch some YouTube, and I would hear like inaudible, like a very deep, like like not even human.
This
deep,
is a
like,
game.
yeah. That's exactly what it was. There's that job.
Oh shit.
Yeah, covered. You think this is a game? I'm doing the voice with the voice changer. Makes it real deep. You think this is a game?
Chase said, well, this was.
Yeah, at work.
He said, "Wait, this was at work." Yeah,
Yeah,
these
this
are
was
two
at your
different
work.
jobs. And but no, the one job where I heard that's sort of similar. It's more growly.
Yeah.
That's more growly. But and then the Cameron screaming,
Ay.
and I'd run out every time. Like I'd go to piss in the urinal, Cameron, every time.
Remember when we were roommates? We had a haunted house, and we would hear running up and down the stairs and kids laughing and
Yeah.
stuff when there's no kids in the house. I remember my daughter. She said that she was looking in the mirror once and she saw like a blonde girl
What?
behind her. Yeah. And then she goes, oh, she's like, where did Jessica go? I'm like, what do you mean? She wasn't even in the room. She goes, she was just right behind me. I go, no, she was. She goes, I swear I just saw a blonde girl behind me.
Jessica being your fiance.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So then a few days later, I'm going to work.
It's funny, we both dated girls named Jessica at the same time.
It was at the same time. Yeah, that's
Very
true.
funny.
But dude, so I'm going to work. Like a few days later, I go to get in my car, and I see in my rearview mirror, just as I'm about to leave, that
Don't you say it.
my fiance is walking behind the car, coming around to tell me something, I guess. So I roll down the window, and nobody walks up, right? And now I didn't see her specifically, but I saw a blonde woman walk behind the car around towards my driver's side. So I'm looking, waiting for someone to walk up. Nobody does. I turn around and look. I get out of the car and look. I search all around. I'm like, there's nobody else outside right now. It's early in the morning. What did I just fucking see? And description-wise, it was the same as what my little girl saw. That freaking scared me too. I'm like, so what? Why are we hearing it sounds like furniture being moved, upstairs when there's no one in the house, and children running up and down the stairs.
I told you my story with my Jessica.
Yeah.
Right? I think I'd even told it on air, so I'll be brief. But we got Jimmy John's, we came back to the crib, and we're eating, we watching Netflix, and we hear a little girl stomp and like giggle, and I assumed it was
Which
your
is
daughter.
like the scariest thing ever. If
Well,
there's no
it's your
kids
daughter.
around, hearing
Yeah.
kids laughing.
If you didn't have a daughter there,
it's ominous.
I would have fucking lost my shit.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, it's your daughter. And then my girl, she's like, didn't your brother and his daughter leave? I'm like, I thought I saw them leave, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, let me just go talk to them. Go upstairs. Not a fucking soul.
Yeah.
Empty.
Yeah,
You
we
guys
weren't
did
home.
leave.
Because I remember when we came home is when you said, oh,
We're like,
dude,
"Bro."
you weren't here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Because it was clear as day. You know when somebody's upstairs and they do this, the house shakes.
Yeah.
It was wicked. It was fucked. Anyway, so I didn't, the blonde
Yeah.
thing. Dude, do you remember another time your daughter was, you guys came home and I was in my room, probably with a beautiful woman. And I heard you guys, your daughter say, who moved all my toys?
Oh.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Do you remember this?
No, but
You don't.
No, it sounds like something that would have happened
she's
back
like,
then.
Yeah, she's like,
I do actually remember something like that.
yeah, she's
so
like, who moved all my toys?
That's
and you're like, oh, nobody moved your
why
toys,
would
sweetie.
someone move your toys?
And she's like, no, because Princess Pony, whatever, was here. Like she remembered, and she would remember.
Yeah.
And she's like, Princess Pony was here.
She
and
did
this
say that.
Rainbow Dash was there, and this and
And
that.
she's so mean. She knew. She would call me when we would FaceTime, and while we'd be on FaceTime, like at night to say goodnight, sometimes she'd be like, Daddy, who's that little girl behind you?
Ah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, your
she's so
daughter for
mean.
sure.
Yeah, I know.
So-
I'm like, what are you talking about? There's somebody behind.
So I was like, I heard that, and so I come out of my room. I'm like, oh, Addie, I'm sorry. I was just looking around, and I was playing with the toys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, put them out of place. And she looks at me. She's like, all right, it's okay. It's no problem.
Yeah,
and
that's
she was like
funny.
sweet about it, but I'm like, dude, like,
Yeah, because we didn't want her to be
shit.
scared of it.
And your door would always open. Fuck.
Yeah, the door opened by itself all the time. Yeah, maybe that house did have some weird stuff going on.
Yeah, it was a beautiful house though.
Mm-hmm.
But
And it never felt like
no,
like we were in
evil
danger.
Or,
Yeah,
I
no,
never
it-
felt like.
if it
I never felt
was-
like somebody was watching me. Never none of that
nothing
shit.
demonic. Yeah, if anything, it might if it was a good spirit, I guess.
Yeah.
A little girl maybe, or a spirit of that chose to be a little girl now, or that's the form they're taking. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows
Ugh.
how that shit works?
I don't know. It's terrifying.
What? Oh, have you ever heard about what is it? Quantum entanglement, like how two particles can be entangled like across vast distances.
Yeah,
and
no.
if something
yeah.
happens to one, it
and they
happens
are
to the other.
and they are related.
even
yeah.
even through different points in time, right?
Yep.
Well, why couldn't that happen with like energy in a way where something that we do now affects what happened 30 years ago, which gives us maybe a glimpse of an echo of something.
Sure, and that's what ghosts are,
Maybe,
perhaps.
right? Well, yeah,
Yeah.
some sort of the energy over a vast distance, even space-time, interacting with each other, and we get to see just what that reaction creates what we see. I don't know. Who
Yeah,
freaking knows?
who knows?
I always try to find like some explanation here, or
Yeah.
at least a rabbit hole to go down to try and figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Ghosts, I don't know. Maybe are real. because
there's too much
like
evidence.
I said, I've had some fucking experiences.
This is what
myself.
I'm talking about. If there wasn't all of these videos, all of this evidence, all of this witness statement for hundreds of years, as far as we can remember, there's been stories of this stuff. That's enough evidence to go to court. That's enough evidence to, you know what I mean? There's something to it now. We can't just.
Didn't you have another video you mentioned?
Dude, I sent it to you because I wanted to, but yeah, why don't you watch the craziest thing I've ever seen? So this guy
What should I look up?
Oh, I sent it to you. I texted you a video, which I'm sure you didn't watch.
No. If I were to look it up, what would I do?
Oh,
because my phone is in use.
It's not like an easy one, which is why I sent it to you, but it's okay.
Give me the exact title.
Victor, and just as it's spelled, Viktor.
I got it.
Last name Grebennnikov. And anti-gravity technology. It should come up just with his name.
Anti-gravity, so it's like in some different language.
No, we don't want that.
Gravity.
So this guy, this is what I thought was so cool about this. So many people
Technology
over the
is
years.
what I should write?
Sure, if you want. You could have just used his name and it would have came right up, I bet, if you searched it. But dude, the reason I want you to see this guy was studying the top one. Was studying bugs and how they could fly. You know how like bees are too big to actually lift themselves?
Be able to fly,
There's beetles the same way.
Yeah.
Well, he found that in the actual design of their honeycombs would create some sort of energy, some vibrations and frequencies that can come out of it and heat. So he started looking at the wings of these animals, of these bugs, and noticed that there's like a pattern on their wings that actually defies gravity. And he used it to make a flying machine. This is the craziest shit. But he applied for a patent. Check this guy out. And people, the witnesses, the people that said he used this device said that the thing really worked.
What?
But the scientific community just didn't want to take a look at it. And this was during a time where a lot of stuff like this was being shelved or used for
Redacted
military application.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
But he's got videos of himself when in his rudimentary designs. Watch this thing just jump off the table. So, and this is just from geometry, from the design of it.
Wait.
Is lifting the things off it's just making things fly up off the table.
What am I watching now?
So these are the wings of the bugs that he used to watch. Like, look at how they react to each other even. Look at that. Yeah. Defying gravity. So he's like, there's something to this. Those are the
there's
wings.
There's nothing
For
involved.
No,
generations,
yeah.
Humans
So
have
there's-
been on a quest
so-
to understand the mystery.
Yeah, so in that discovery with the beetle, he uses it to design a geometric pattern and puts it on a piece of wood that he steps on and he flies. And he says it can go up to 1,500 kilometers per hour. He says when you're using it, you feel no inertia. You feel it's like you're in a bubble. Yeah, a protection. And the witnesses that watch him fly it around in Russia said that when he would be using it from the ground, he would look either like a cloud or a ball of light, just a glowing ball of light from underneath. You couldn't see him.
Does this show video evidence of him flying this
So here's the
crazy
thing.
shit?
Every time they turn it on, it cuts video. His watch stops working, the whole thing. So there is videos. They caught a picture of him on a security camera taking off. You see him on it. You see him lift up a few feet, and then the feed gets cut again. So yeah,
it's like with
lack
aliens.
of evidence made people think he was just making bullshit up.
Yeah,
and
it's like with aliens, it's like,
yeah,
oh shit, like it cuts out when you'd see an alien.
Yeah.
I actually saw a video the other day of
annoying, right?
This guy, for some reason, it was a potato camera. It's like the worst quality I've ever seen. That's always the case though. But it was this guy sleeping, and then you see this bright light come in. He had like a camera in his room, and this bright light fucking comes in through his window, and then you see this like skinny, very skinny, huge like oblong shaped head, creature come in and like look at him through like his doorway, and then come in further. It's fucking crazy, but it's such bad quality. It's like it's not even worth watching.
It's not always bad quality, right? The good stuff we don't have. It's like the guy, who was just filming his family for yeah, they got the goods. The military's got the goods. There was even that guy on Joe Rogan. He's a physicist. And one of the guys in private industry that's working on the UAP phenomenon. He tells him, he goes, "Oh, the pictures that the public saw, like those videos, that was like the worst quality videos we have of it, right? Because we didn't want to get too detailed." He's like, and he goes, "Well, how good do you have?" He's like, "How good a quality do you have?" He goes, "As good as you want." He's like, "You could see everything." So they have the good
And
stuff.
I saw everything.
Yeah.
That was the fucking best. Patrick Stewart in the
Yes,
extras.
but the clothes they fly off.
Yeah.
But she tries to cover up, but it's too late.
It's too late.
I've seen everything. That Patrick Stewart is a genius.
All of the cameos in that show were fucking genius. The
Genius.
extras. David Bowie.
I missed that show.
Fat Man.
Yeah. Fuzzy, fatty little loser.
Yeah. The clown
He
that no
sold
one
his
laughs
soul.
at. Yeah.
The clown that no one. What a fucking dick. The clown that no one. Yeah,
And
chubby little loser.
Chubby little loser. Yeah. And Gervais, he's the best at the
Yeah.
awkward, but I'm gonna pretend like everything's
Right. No,
all
it's
good.
okay because
Yeah.
I'm getting
Oh,
noticed.
jolly
This
fun.
is what
yeah.
I wanted.
But this is killing me inside.
I'm meeting one of my heroes, but he thinks I'm the worst.
Yeah. But all he's doing is ripping me to fucking shreds.
Catchphrase and wig and the jokes are lame.
Yeah. So
I-
good. All right, let's see what we got.
A holy
what's it-
grail.
You know
of
who was the best on
21st
that? Was Katy Perry's husband. The
Russell Brand?
Pirates of the Caribbean. No, current husband.
Who's her current husband?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Orlando
Bloom, right?
Oh my God,
He's
yeah.
the best on that.
Oh, Johnny, yeah. I don't want to kiss Johnny Depp. Whatever.
Yeah, that's
about
right,
Keira
yeah.
Knightley, yeah.
Keira Knightley on
Ew.
the set. Yeah, she comes up to me.
What
and
did he
she's like-
say? Wait, yeah, if you remember the thing.
Yeah, she comes up to me. She's like, oh my God. She's like, Johnny Depp. Oh no, she goes, yeah, maybe we should practice that kiss. I know what she's up to.
Yeah.
So she's
Yeah.
like, I was like, why don't you just go over there and kiss Johnny Depp? And she's like, oh, don't make me fucking vomit.
Yeah, that's what. Don't make me fucking sick. Whatever.
Yeah,
Don't make me
fucking
fucking
vomit.
vomit. It's so over the top.
And I'm like, what? That's Johnny Depp.
yeah,
But-
yeah. Like
Yeah, he's
clearly
so
just
fucking- yeah.
making up his own like bias bullshit story. So good. Ew, that make me fucking vomit. Like so, it's kissing Johnny Depp. You're an actor.
Yeah.
Like, and I knew what she was up to. She wants to kiss you on a movie. It's
killed
a
it.
fucking movie, dummy. Yeah,
Killed
so
it.
funny, so good. Yeah, I love the people that can make fun of themselves.
Oh, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Like Orlando killed it on that.
Yeah, there's a
and
lot
you
of
gain
movies
so
that
much
do
more
that.
respect for these people. I'll tell you what. And when they do the opposite, you lose all respect.
Yeah.
So do you remember Carlos Mencia? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So
I wasn't like a big fan though. I don't know any of his like jokes.
I'll tell you every single one of his jokes right now.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I want. That's what I needed.
Because you know we're Mexican.
Oh, he was a physical
every
comedian?
single joke.
Was that the thing? He was like physical?
That's all he would do.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Oh, he would steal like other comedians' jokes, like real comedians'
Really?
jokes.
Oh, that's
yeah,
not
that's why he got
okay.
canceled. So
Oh, okay, yeah, because I haven't seen him actually in a long time. That makes sense.
no, he got canceled for stealing jokes, and he was the worst and so blatant.
Carlos Man-Stealia.
Man-Stealia was the
that's
name.
good,
Yeah,
that's good, that's
way
good. Ah,
better.
damn it.
Yeah, way better. Yeah,
That guy was close.
Carlos Man-Stealia. But so anyway, they fucking tore into him and Joe Rogan at the Improv. They went on stage and he just said, "You fucking steal jokes." And he's like, "I've never stolen a joke. Name one joke I stole." He's like, "You stole a joke from Ari. Ari, come up." And Ari comes up and he's Ari Shafir. He's like, "Yeah, man, that joke, I did it in Denver." He's like, "You've never even opened for me." Or no, he's like beforehand. He's like, Ari, never even opened for me. What are you talking about? Then Ari comes up.
He's
like,
actually
"I opened
there.
for you in Denver." And this is the
Oh,
joke I said. And then
ouch.
you stole it. It's actually on film. Yeah.
Ouch.
It's fucking great.
Well, good, because that's not okay.
No, it's not. So,
Yeah, what if you were an artist and you went and stole someone else's painting
Yeah.
and then tried to sell it at an art show? It's the same thing. This
oh,
is
it's
an
horrible.
art. Yeah,
it's
you
plagiarism.
piece of
It's
garbage.
fucking garbage. Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
to do it knowingly. People
and
steal from
here's
each
what
other
he did.
accidentally all the time. That's just the ether. But
Instead of
this is intentional.
And Dane Cook, when Louis C.K. called him out, he's like, "I really don't think I stole your joke." And Louis even gave him an out. He's like, "Maybe it was in the back of your head. You saw me do it
Right.
because I know you saw me in Boston that one time. Whatever." He's like, "Maybe you saw me do it, and you just."
I like
you
that
know.
they've confronted him. That's
Yeah, Louis confronted him. But so check this out. So with Mencia, they confronted him, and he's like, "I never stolen a joke." And his thing, I've filmed everything since 1993. If anybody has anything, they can say I stole a joke, and I'll look back, and if they did it before me, then I'll stop doing the joke.
Yeah.
That's what he said. But bullshit.
Okay.
So what he would do is he would go on and they were beefing, and he's saying blah blah blah. You stole these jokes. Joe Rogan's calling him out. And he's like, "I never stole jokes." And then he gets like canceled. Nobody fucks with him for a very long time. And then
of course.
so right after, because here's what he did wrong. Right after he got canceled, or right after like he got called out, he made a video, and instead of saying, "Guys, if I ever stole a joke, I apologize. That's my bad.
Of course not.
Foolish
What
of
did he
me. Big mistake." And anybody, whatever.
Yeah.
Apologize. He said, "People are saying that I stole jokes, and if you believe that, you're goddamn right. Of course I stole the jokes. I always steal jokes. If you ever see me at a comedy club, you better fucking run, because I'm going to steal your joke." He like doubled down, trying to be funny.
Ooh.
Gone. Canceled. And then 10 fucking years later, Bobby Lee and Carlos Mencia helped Bobby Lee like in the early days.
Okay.
And took him on the road with him and stuff when Carlos Mencia was big. And by the way, Carlos Mencia's name's not even Carlos Mencia. The lady,
of course not.
Yeah, Mitzi Shore, Pauly Shore's mom, who owned the Improv.
Mitzi, yeah,
she's
a legend.
She's the one who's like, you should go by Carlos Mencia instead of Ned.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love it. That's like that's such a story that a legend
Of
would
course,
say.
of course.
Yeah.
like
Gave
one of
him
the
his
greatest
name.
promoters ever.
You know
yeah.
what? You should. Yeah, that's so perfect.
Yeah, it's
I love
very Mitzi too. It's perfect. So he goes on Bobby Lee's podcast, and they're begging him, like, how about just do a blanket apology? Like, we're trying to save your fucking career, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to do a comeback tour thing.
Stop
So
it
just
already.
how about just do a blanket apology? He's like, well, I wouldn't know who to apologize to.
Of course
Like
not.
specifically. And they're like, fuck specifics. Just do a blanket apology.
Yeah.
Just say, I'm sorry if anybody I've ever stole joke. He's like, but the problem is the waters are too muddied. Just kept fucking not just taking ownership.
Yeah.
And then they even said like, okay, so the waters are muddied, whatever. It like I understand, but can't you just say like, you're sorry? And even if you didn't feel like you stole a joke, maybe it was in the back of your head. Maybe you heard with the Dane Cook thing. And he's like, at that time, no, I don't feel like that would be the case. That I feel like I would have remembered.
That's great.
It's like, dude, fucking take that out.
Yeah.
Say, yep,
Now-
that might be the case. Okay, guys, I'm sorry
Isn't
if I
isn't
ever.
that crazy? Like, what a weird thing.
So
to not be able to just say, all right, fine.
Yep.
You know
So
what I mean?
everyone was so willing to forgive him, be like, oh, it's been a decade. He's been in fucking comedy
Right?
jail for 10 years. Let's forgive him. Let's
Wasn't
go
he
on tour.
funny?
Yeah, exactly.
I think I liked him.
But instead, he doubled the fuck down,
Yeah,
just
so
like
it's
he
like,
did when he originally I'm gonna steal your joke. You better fucking run. He did it again, and he's
That's,
like, no, I never stole a joke. And
quadruple down.
He then 10 years later, he quadrupled down, and now that comeback tour gone, and nobody cares about him. He fucked up, stupid guy.
Well, we just gave him a lot of exposure, all
Yeah.
of the people watching.
What a great surprise! Love the conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you. So yeah. Anyway,
Actually, probably this is the most people that have actually thought about Carlos
Carlos
Mencia
Mencia
in a
in
long
fucking-
time.
in
It's just
10 years.
people are watching this right
I know,
now.
you're welcome, Carlos.
Yeah, this is it. I think.
But fuck you,
I
because you're a
think that's
loser.
it. Yeah, I say stealing art. So.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's like you said, I look at Starry Night and I'm like, okay,
Right.
da-da-da. Yeah, it's no, man, he's stealing.
Yeah.
But what else? What else were you saying?
Nothing. Oh, yeah. Check this out sometime.
Oh,
though.
yes, this video.
This guy. I think there's something to it.
A
here.
single technology that will
The whole video?
completely
No.
change
Just scoot forward so you can see maybe him trying to use
civilization
the damn
and
thing. Here,
bring
go.
about a
Oh,
new
cool. Wait, what was
age
that?
on Earth
Look at this.
and beyond.
Hey, oh, yeah,
Listed
okay,
a
go back.
Vacuum plasma inventor
This sounds
of
cool.
4 ambiguous patents for which the United States Navy is the assignee.
Ha!
A bizarrely shaped high-frequency gravitational wave generator.
Yeah.
A
That's sick as fuck.
piezo-electricity-induced high-temperature superconductor. An
these are
electromagnetic
patents he
field
has?
generator. And
No, not this
method
guy.
to
These are
generate
patents
an
held by the
electromagnetic
military
field
under
Okay.
a scientist's
that could
Okay.
name.
deflect
Yeah.
asteroids.
Okay.
I think they're just
And
making a
perhaps
point that
strangest of
anti-gravitic
all,
technology
a
is
craft
around.
using
Gravitic?
an inertial
Yeah.
mass
Anti-gravitic is the
reduction
word, yeah.
device
Is that really the term?
described
That's
as
actually it.
Gravitic?
Yeah.
hybrid
take
aerospace
it.
undersea craft, which, due to
Yeah.
the physical mechanisms enabled with the inertial mass reduction
Yeah, so this is a
device,
fucking patent
can
for the shit that we
function
always
as a
see. A triangular
submersible
craft that can go from air into the sea, that the inertia won't affect because it's got this force field around it.
How detailed is this patent though? It doesn't say does it say how the technology works? It doesn't say
well, keep
the
going. I
idea
don't know.
of a whoop-de-woo, right?
Well,
capable of
so
extreme
for them to
underwater
accept the
speeds.
patent, like
There is
if
a
you try to
lack
patent
of
something
water-
that's silly, they won't accept it. They'll
Well,
deny
no,
it.
but you can still patent an idea and
they can deny it. So check it out.
Of course they can deny
A
it.
lot of the free energy guys.
If it's too broad, they'll deny it.
well, a lot of the free energy guys, because there were, I mean, especially
Free energy
in the 70s,
Free energy.
simultaneously, there were 3 different people on 3 different places around this earth that all came up with free energy devices.
Yeah.
All 3 different kinds. Well, 2 of them were based on each other because the one guy learned from the other guy based on what he what he was working on, right?
Okay.
But there were these 2 guys in the 70s, all 3 at the same time, come up with different technology for free energy. All of them die within days before revealing it, and all of their work is stolen. And there's plenty, and there's all. I mean, they have everything they published about the devices. There's, people went and saw them. One guy went to the UN and showed his device off in front of the UN. It's not like these are just like legends. These were actual people with actual devices that have actual pictures of the devices and people watching them work and using it. And all of the patents that they went for were denied because they're saying, no, it's not possible. It denies that it's against the laws of physics. We can't patent this. So they're like, what? Like, they're excited to show the world what they have, and they're not allowed to they can't patent it, which means that it's not going to be theirs, right? They try to find other ways to prove that it's real, to show it to whoever will watch, to get it peer reviewed, and they release paperwork about it. And then right before the big reveals, like, they'll set up these things to show the world in some way or another, or the president even in the United States in one case, they're dead. Unexpectedly die days before. In each case, all 3 of them, and the devices are gone. The plans are gone. Anyone who ever worked on it, gone.
Oh, fishy as fuck.
Fuck yeah. That's why it's annoying. So, like, if you see shit like this that is actually through the patent office that claims to do what it says it's going to do, it might actually fucking do it.
Can I
might
see
work.
your phone real quick?
That's important.
It's unlocked. Yeah, I just want to answer this. Yeah, that's a trip.
Yeah. So I hate the whole anti-gravity shit. I feel like we have it. We're using it, but we don't get to enjoy it. We don't get to enjoy anti-gravitic cars with no inertia. Like, how cool would that be? If you can get a shot of this.
Anti-gravitic, I love that.
Yeah, or when you, even on your own time, if you want, just watch the whole thing about this guy's life and story. Dude, we should do an episode about these energy guys. Because I'd love to tell you more about those 3 guys. Even all in one episode, I could tell you all about all 3 of them, what their inventions were. I mean, the world is missing out, man. It's always because the energy industry is worth so much money. You would change the power dynamic of the world by making energy free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
JP Morgan was backing Tesla when
We're
Tesla
back to
came up with
JP,
his.
man.
Always JP Morgan. Tesla comes up with an idea for free wireless energy, just using nature, and he needs more money for funding. He wasn't supposed to be working on that, right? He was supposed to be working on a way to send communications wirelessly, but he decided to send power wirelessly. Goes to JP Morgan with his invention, and he goes, nope, sorry, cuts off funding, talks to anyone else who would have funded something like that, and tells them, don't work with Tesla. If you do, you're going to answer to me. Yep. And so his work gets buried. The day he dies, the FBI raids his hotel room and takes all of his works. They're all gone. J. Edgar Hoover himself said that everything that they took from him was highly classified, highly important. That's it. So anytime you apply for a patent, if what you're applying for has any effect on national security, they can deny the patent or they can take ownership. They can just take it. So
they can just take ownership?
Oh, yeah. They'll deny it and they'll just take it.
So what if they just
kill
claim, hey, this
that's what they did. Risk. Yeah, maybe we should do an episode about it. I could tell you there's very specific stories and very specific people and how they were specifically murdered before they were able to talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's all out there. There's videos of it working.
Yeah, we should do an episode because there's also this thing. This guy got murdered. He was looking into, he called it the Octopus. Did you hear about this? It's like,
no, I don't think
it
so.
has Octopus because it has multiple arms. It's like all these different governments and shit involved in this thing. And then he told his wife he was going to go meet a source.
Yeah.
In a hotel.
In a convertible.
Yeah, going 5 miles an hour. Yeah. No, he was going to go, he told his wife, hey, I'm going to go meet this source at a hotel. And
Richard Doty.
He's found in the hotel.
Dead.
Zipped inside of a bag.
What? For real?
Yeah.
Oh, they actually did kill him?
They murdered him. And it was claimed suicide. Even though
he zipped himself in a bag
and locked it from the outside.
Yeah, that's how you kill yourself.
That's how you kill yourself.
That's smart.
You somehow, fucking
Yeah.
destroy your entire body to
Oh,
fit
dude.
inside of a bag.
You see this? You ever see that true crime story about that Asian woman? She's married to a rich guy, and one day they find her bound with her hands behind her back, hanging from the balcony. You've heard of this?
She did it.
And they said it's a
Yep.
suicide.
Yep.
They figured out every possible which way they could show how someone could do that to themselves, just to prove that she did. Instead of just looking into the people who were abusing her and all this other shit, there was like
Yeah.
all this evidence,
There's-
circumstantial evidence at least, and nope,
There's
suicide.
another crazy story. This dude, he went on a Tinder date with this really pretty young lady, and he was like he was American Psycho, basically. He's fucking Patrick Bateman.
Great, we have too many of those.
Yeah. Patrick Bateman, that's his name, right?
Yep.
Jason Bateman's the actor. Okay, yeah, Patrick Bateman. He's basically fucking Patrick Bateman. So he goes and he goes on a Tinder date with this chick.
Okay,
And
great.
yeah, so they're having a good old time. They go to a bar. They go back to his crib, and neighbors say they hear screaming and shit. They take pictures together, and she looks very like distressed. And then, cut to she's locked outside on the balcony. He says because she was going nuts,
Okay.
and so she was losing her mind. Let her leave. Tell her to get
Yeah,
the fuck out
exactly.
of the
Yeah.
house. Lock her
No,
in the-
she wants to be on the
patio.
balcony.
So yeah, exactly.
All right,
Yeah,
guy.
lock her outside in the cold in the balcony.
That's what she
Smart.
wanted to be.
So what she
Safe.
did is, she tried to get to another floor, so she crawled out and fell and fucking died.
Great.
The guy, first phone call he makes is to the police.
Okay.
No, it's to his father.
Yeah, that's the
It's
best.
to his dad. The dad's first call's to his lawyer. Nobody's calling the fucking police. This poor woman.
Right.
And then they say, oh, what happened was she was just so crazy
Yeah.
that he had to lock her outside.
Of course.
And then she was so crazy that she fucking jumped after the fact.
Yeah.
No.
That's
no.
bang up job.
Yeah. And she had like bruises on her face and shit. Like he was beating the fuck out of her.
Yeah.
She probably ran outside to try and get away. Then he locked it like, haha, look at you're trapped now. And
This
she
shit
tried to
happens
fucking-
too much, man.
It's so sad.
There's like entire series on what is it, like Discovery, investigative Discovery. There's like entire series is about
Dude, that's the best channel.
women just dealing with this kind of shit.
Well, why is no? I was the opposite
Nonstop.
almost. Every show on that is like women who kill.
Oh, now, they've got a lot of those, yeah.
because it was more niche. So
Yeah.
now they got to be like, look, there's a lot.
I love the
Women are
missing
crazy too.
person ones though.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite because they're so creepy. The idea like of a video of somebody like at the ATM and they drive away and then they're never seen again. It's just like cool stuff. Like I love that, like the mystery of it.
Yeah.
I wish more of them were solved because it does suck just when it's just hanging out there and you're like, wait, I'll never get to know what happens. And it's real. Sucks. But
Yeah.
you'd think with all the DNA and all the ancestry, I'm sure it's helping a lot, but still too many people go missing. It's weird.
Dude, so I'm never gonna do that
Yeah, I know.
23andMe shit. Because here's what I think they're gonna do. Ready? It's sort of genius. Here's what I think's gonna happen.
I'm sure there's a patent for it.
Is they're gonna so they're gonna get everybody's DNA, right?
Yeah.
And then 20 years down the road, I'm in my 60s.
Yeah.
You're in your 80s. I'm just kidding. So they're like, hey, that DNA you gave us when you were a young, virile, handsome stud,
Yeah.
we have that. We can boost, inject you, boost you up,
Yeah.
get you back, like de-age you a little bit.
Okay.
It only costs $1.2 million or whatever the price is.
Okay.
So they're gonna try and
So then let's do this right now. Why wouldn't we do it? That sounds like the coolest thing of all time. So when I'm older, they're going to be able to make me young again and
for a
virile.
price, maybe. Yeah.
Then I'll pay it, whatever it is, right? Wouldn't you?
Yeah,
If
that-
you had the means, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, I'm mixed up. Yeah, that was the benefit.
Yeah. Okay.
That was
What's the
good
negative
idea,
one?
Is that they have all of our identity and they can use that in a negative way to be like to either frame us like, hey, by the way, we know you didn't kill that hooker, but we can plant your fucking
I know, but I mean, it's so easy to do that. You heard her touch
to kill
DNA, I'm
hookers.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you leave
They
touch
don't-
DNA
they don't
all
carry
over
weapons.
them. all over them. No, yeah,
Horrible.
touch DNA. I mean, if they really wanted to, they just follow you around for a day, wait till you drop something, go into your house, pull your toothbrush. Doesn't matter. It's so easy to get it.
I guess getting someone's DNA is
It's too easy.
pretty fucking easy.
And so if you want to manipulate it, there you go. Speaking of DNA manipulation, did you know that they manipulated DNA with sound? No. Yeah.
Tell me everything.
yeah, this is like the coolest shit of all time. Hand me that water when you can too. I need some water. Thanks, man. So doctors or scientists working with sound frequencies used the DNA of a salamander, the actual DNA code of a salamander.
Okay.
And they used sound to send that DNA code in sound waves to a frog egg in development.
Okay.
And what came out of that egg when it was born?
What?
A salamander.
Really?
They were able to change the DNA
fuck?
of a frog using sound. So now if the ancients, let's take the ancient aliens
ancients.
theory, like the Anunnaki, who, Sumerians,
Sure.
and if sound technology is truly how all of those marvels were accomplished, it was supposedly the Anunnaki who created human beings, right? They made us as a race to mine gold for them. Well, if they were masters of sound manipulation, the idea of them manipulating DNA to create a species out of apes doesn't sound so crazy anymore, right? Because if our scientists are able to manipulate DNA today to create a salamander from a frog, why couldn't we create a human being from an ape if we were a master of that kind of technology? So that to me seems very, very possible now.
Yeah. Yeah. Trip. That's
That's all you have to say about what I just told you.
yeah. Well,
That's the craziest shit I've ever. But it's. I mean,
so
the
what do you
more
want
we
me to
know.
say? Yeah. Fuck.
Right? Yeah. Fuck. It's
Jesus.
it's possible. I mean, it sounds like because this is the ancient legend from
So-
every ancient
So
civilization.
what's the benefit of doing that?
of manipulating DNA? So originally, when they came here,
We could get rid of disease.
the benefit of us doing it.
Of us.
Exactly.
No. Yeah. No. I want to hear what you're saying. What benefited them? Yeah.
So when they get here, it's just them, and they're mining their own gold and water. I think were the two major things that they needed from this planet. And isn't it interesting that leaders of civilizations from then on, who were always considered to be gods amongst their people, were always endowed with gold and given gold as gifts and covered in gold and buried in gold with their gold. And for some reason, inherently in us, we want it, right? We love this stuff. We go for it. We mine it. We buy it. We give it as gifts. Still, it's worth our entire financial system is based and backed on gold. Why is gold so important to our species? Well, maybe because we were made specifically to mine the shit. That's all we were built for, right?
Well,
so that's what they made us for.
It's like Brainiac says in DC, the DC villain.
Yes,
How
exactly.
we mine. I wish you knew what I was saying too. Yeah, like he's like, you humans, you mine for trinkets and gold and stuff. And he's like, and why is it valuable to you? Because it's rare.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's why I take civilizations and I don't just upload them, because he takes entire like planets like Krypton and he'll upload them. But why does he destroy them after? Because just like your trinkets, he says, information is more valuable when nobody else has it.
Oh, okay.
When I fucking take Earth and upload all of it into my ship and into my brain, and then I wipe Earth out, nobody else can have that information. It's only me.
Wow,
And
what a
now
nut.
it's valuable.
Oh,
It's a
that's
psycho.
crazy.
That's
yeah.
why he's a great villain.
Yeah,
man.
that's a good villain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Is the idea or the ancient legend, the Sumerian text, it says the Anunnaki came here from the stars, right? They were mining gold, water. They got tired of doing it themselves. So what did they do? They started.
They're
This
humans.
is thousands.
Yeah.
These are civilizations thousands of years old, talking about genetics, talking about genetic manipulation. That's crazy that they would even. I mean, based on mainstream science of where those people were and what they were capable of, to talk about genetics and genetic engineering is hilarious. So that's crazy. But they genetically engineered our species using their own DNA and DNAs of creatures from the earth, notably probably a primate, right? And yeah, if they were masters of sound manipulation, then this is very possible now, knowing that we can do it.
The masters of sound manipulation.
So I wanted to tell you about that too.
Yeah, that's wicked.
pretty fucking crazy.
Wild.
Yeah. This is our world.
Yeah.
This is our universe. There's so much cool stuff, man.
There's a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, there's mysteries.
So, yeah, that's pretty fucking wild, dude. What movies have you watched recently? Real quick, what movies have you watched?
No movies recently.
What have you been watching? YouTube? Or
Yeah,
fucking-
I watch a lot of people's videos and some
podcasts never
podcasts and
sleeps?
stuff. Yeah. Because people are gonna be watching us. I like watching what's out there, seeing what
Seeing the competition.
No, I'm more like the community, honestly.
Competition.
Okay.
No, yeah, sure, the community. No, yeah. Who are you watching right now?
So my favorite is obviously Joe Rogan. I'm new to podcasts, right?
Okay.
I think he is the gold standard, as everybody says. I mean, I could watch. I mean, most of his episodes are really in line with the kinds of stuff I like to talk about. So it's fun to just be a fly on the wall to those discussions. So
Yep.
yeah, he's my favorite. I think it's an obvious answer, but it's the truth.
Who else other than Rogan, who's huge?
Let's see.
No,
something
no
I
Flagrant, no Tim Dillon, no no Bad Friends, no Tiger Belly,
no.
King and the Sting.
No, I kind of go like one at a time. Like I'll go through all the content. If I'm not doing that, then I'll go through like different YouTube content, stuff like that. But I don't have a good answer to this question.
If I may make some recommendations.
Sure.
This past week with Theo Von's pretty good, but in top 5, let's just say my couple favorites.
How about
right
just
now.
top 2?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's what I just changed it to. My couple favorites.
Nice.
Flagrant with Andrew Schultz is really
Okay.
good, and then actually above that, Bad Friends with Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino. Fucking
What's the like subject matter?
hilarious. So it's just them, and they're both brilliant comedians who can riff and
I like Lex Friedman. Actually, I started listening to his.
he's
just recently.
I like comedy podcasts, and that is
I go for
not-
more. Yeah, I like the guests.
You like information.
the guests. I go for the guests. So if somebody,
go for the guests.
if there's a guest on a podcast I've never heard, I will listen to it to hear what the guest has to say, and if I like how the host did it, then I will start watching their stuff.
Sure. So you look at guests that you know of, like, oh, I love
Possibly
Bob Dylan. Let's see what he has to say.
I don't always know the guests. No, it's more just like I love when they have obviously a description. I'm meeting with we're going to talk with Mike, S, who is an astrophysicist who wrote a book about quantum entanglement.
But
Right.
Friedman doesn't do that. He says episode 56, Bill Watson.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying that's how I would do it. Is if I didn't know who the person
how
is, I'd
you
go by the
would.
subject. Yeah, I go by the subject.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yeah. So with Lex Friedman, I started with somebody I knew. I can't
He's a
remember who it
smart guy.
was. But it was somebody
Did you watch
that
the
I've heard
Kanye one with
before.
him? It's
No.
wild.
I haven't. But yeah, those are pretty much the two that I can handle right now. But because I watch a lot of the short stuff that people make. Some of my favorite YouTube channels.
Did we see any of this video? Oh yeah, we saw. I guess did we see the crux of it? Like the reason you sent it to me?
No, you should
skin
see what this
friction.
guy looks like.
And in
Watch him.
he did
Yeah, here.
not accomplish
Keep
this
going.
with
That
billions
looks
of
like a
dollars
commercial.
or
There,
secret
here.
government
Keep
facilities.
going. No, keep going. This
but
is
simply
how he
by
figures it out. Keep
observing
going.
nature and all its
We can
wonderful
see. Yeah, this is how he
creations.
learned from the bees. Keep going.
Before we continue, we'd like
and
to
a little
thank
further, it'll start showing his
Benikoff
experiments.
described
Yeah, right there.
a
Go
few
back.
moments.
Yeah.
all on it.
So yeah, go back so you can see how it
Something
actually
pushed
works.
it loose from my tweezers, hung suspended above the other plate on the microscope stage for a few seconds, then turned a few degrees clockwise and swung, and only then
It does that on
abruptly
its
fell
own?
Yeah.
on the desk. When I came to my senses, I tied a few panels
Who is this
together with a
woman?
wire, and
Yeah,
it
right.
wasn't an easy
Check this
thing to
out.
do.
This is one of
I
my favorite channels.
succeeded only
Actually.
when I positioned them
I didn't realize
vertically.
it was her.
What I got was a multi-layered chitin block,
There you
and I
go.
placed it on the desk.
That is the geometric
Even a
pattern
relatively
that
large
somehow
object,
causes levitation.
such as a
Anti-gravitic
thumbtack, would
properties.
not fall on
Watch.
it.
Watch.
Something pushed it up and aside.
Right?
When I
got a
attached
little
the
pyramid
tack
over there,
on
too.
top
I
of
like
the
that,
block,
yeah.
I witnessed incredible, impossible things.
There it goes.
The tack would disappear from sight for a few moments. That
yeah,
was when
somehow
I
the field it
realized
creates
that
around
this
it
was
is
no
it like
beacon.
protects him
Wait, I'm
and
sorry.
hides him.
What does that mean? The tack would disappear?
Not the tack. It was she said a
She said the
paper
tack.
clip, I think, or a tack, maybe a
Oh,
thumbtack.
like a thumbtack.
Yeah.
Would
So-
disappear.
Yeah, so when it would lift it up, he wouldn't be able to see it for a few seconds. Then it would come back in view. So it's creating
Where's it
some sort of
going?
field. No, it's still there. Just
Oh,
like
you
when
think
he
it's doing,
flies
like-
it, he's still there, but you can't see him.
Oh, it's okay. It's doing like
Yeah, there's like some pocket around him bending. Who knows? But
yeah,
dude, but that's it. He's just geometry.
because that's all it takes to become invisible. You'd sort of bend light and so
Yeah.
whatever
Have you heard of sky
is in front
rocks?
of you reflect behind.
We got to
you.
get into all this shit, man.
Sky rocks.
Sky rocks. They look just like the night sky, and they're supposedly
Smart.
or not the night sky, the
At, like,
daytime
bottom?
sky.
Oh,
Yeah, and they supposedly came from a craft that crashed to Earth. An ancient tribe in South Africa witnessed it and passed the story down for generations. A scientist or a geologist in the area talking with the tribe was told that there are these rocks that when the sky fell to Earth. And he goes, take me to them. And they find these blue rocks that to this day scientists can't quantify all the properties inside of them. They can't burn it. You can't, it's nearly indestructible. The properties have things in it that are organic almost. They create their own frequency sound, but they look just like a sky with clouds in it, basically. So if your bottom of your craft maybe or something like that, it's just a cool idea that you could be hidden if you were covered in this, but the actual material itself is the mystery.
why don't they paint the bottom of crafts like the sky? Like
Yeah,
just
why
like a
not?
blue
Actually,
blue.
that's pretty
Yeah.
brilliant. That's like the easiest,
Yeah, it's the
crack,
simplest
you know,
way to
hack
do
of all time.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like remember I was telling you the other day how I thought aliens were like organic beings and the lights
That look
on the
like-
ships were bioluminescence?
Yes.
Okay. So the lights on the ship being
So what you were saying that UFOs are actually those
alive.
are the
right.
aliens.
Yeah, they're
themselves.
alive. Like if you were a creature that lived in the vacuum of space, just like a creature adapting to its environment here, what would you do? You would probably be shaped like either aerodynamically,
Something aerodynamic, sure.
or to
Well,
look
I guess there's no gravity or anything in space, so
right. But
you
to
would just want to be
blend
able to
in.
fucking move as quick as possible.
Yeah.
So you would need like thrusters or something to propel you, a propulsion
Yeah,
system.
it obviously has like some way of flying, right? It could probably enter and leave
it
atmospheres.
needs navigation. It needs to understand left, north, south.
No, it's
east,
like a
west,
shark, yeah, basically like a space shark that, and it has
The dopest name ever.
right, and the
It's a space
bioluminescence
shark.
is what we think are lights, but it's actually bioluminescent because it needs that. Just like if you were living in the deep
they are
ocean,
lights.
you would have it. Well, if you're living in the vastness of space, you would have bioluminescence, I imagine, or to blend in with the stars if you're trying to attack something as a predator. Who knows? But I don't remember. Oh yeah, why I brought this up. But so in that movie, that Nope that just came out.
Nope.
Yeah. So the craft is a creature. It can attack you, right, and eat you. Like it's the creature itself. And when it's up in the sky, it has like a cloud around it. I know you haven't seen the movie. That's why I'm explaining it.
Spoiler alert.
But isn't that cool? So it has that. That's its like that's.
I
its
did.
way
I
of
did see
hiding.
in the trailer where it shows
creates-
a giant craft and it has little tentacles.
Like
I saw
it's-
Arrival. That was a dope ass movie. They were tentacled aliens, but
Yeah.
they weren't the crafts. But yeah.
But this craft,
They spit ink.
maybe it's like excretions or has some way of producing gases around it
Excretions.
to make it look like a cloud. But I think that's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, no,
Not
super
all
smart.
crafts are probably artificial.
equal.
Wouldn't some be alive? Why wouldn't there be creatures traversing space? And what would they look like if they could?
Yeah.
They would look like that.
And because they're so different all the time,
Mm.
I sound like Jordan Peterson. And because a man is born a man,
Yeah. So the rules don't always apply.
You've got to understand. You've got.
But
Canadian
cool.
accents are so unique and so strange.
okay.
They're like, "Hey, what's up? I'm normal accented," and then they're like, "Oh yeah, super cool, but I'm not." It's like, wait,
Huh.
what?
Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
I guess
Why'd
that's
you just
normal
do
though,
that?
right? Like, even across the country, like everybody has different accents, you know? Like you have the southern,
but it's like,
Midwestern, New
but
York.
like always like the girl from
California.
Boston, hey cocksacker. Like it's not like, hi, how are you doing today, cocksacker?
Well, no, because like people from New York are always like, sometimes they can talk normal and then all of a sudden they'll be like soda. And you're like, what? Soda? Or, you know what I mean? Or instead of Martha. You know, I went and talked to Martha. Like it's normal. Like it seems like just a
They're
regular
saying
accent.
Arthur. No, yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
No,
it's just those key
that's
things.
That's people who haven't lived in New York for a minute.
I'm
and
just
they're
saying,
losing their
so it's
accent.
not, but it's not. Maybe that's what it is.
But it's
is
like,
a
hey,
lost
these
accent.
motherfuckers over here, they were talking shit, and they
Yeah.
said the whoop de woo in the water, and and the soda pop and the pizza and the whoop de woos. They're not like, so the soda and the
No,
pizza
yeah,
and the
I know, not
and
everybody.
I'm sorry, and then like just Canadian accents have that very like few words or very few sounds, like sorry, ori.
Yeah.
Are you in a rush?
Interesting. Yeah, I got to get going. Good combo.
All right, before you go,
Yeah.
I really, really, really wanted to show you something.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. I love things.
It's true.
Your armory, the Hellspores, they've been activated.
Impossible. The arming
This better
code
not be a
is encrypted.
spoiler
I broke the code and reprogrammed them.
for this because I'm watching one of these right now. actually.
Omega Lambda 7 XL9. That sounds like a bluff to you?
How did you know?
One
Is that
Hellspore
Darkseid?
can turn an entire planet into a fire pit. What'll happen to Apocalypse when 500 go off simultaneously?
You dare? You dare?
Stupid.
Batman's the
You
shit.
will
man.
disarm them.
Here's the deal. Release the girl and give your word you'll leave her alone.
This is what you wanted to show me for real?
No.
Oh,
I just went to YouTube Shorts and that was the first clip I played.
yeah. What about when Batman works for Darkseid?
People say, I don't
Have you
want
seen that
weapons
one?
in space. Okay,
cool.
there's nothing more useless than a space weapon
Yeah.
relative to Earth's surface. We can already destroy a city with an intercontinental ballistic missile. And we can aim that. We can aim a missile to any place on Earth, and it'll get there in less than 45 minutes and destroy the whole city with nuclear weapons.
Great.
We can already do that. There is no advantage to putting nukes in space if that's your objective.
Yeah.
Not only that,
He would
suppose
say
there's a rogue satellite and it's messing with you.
because
It's
there's
beaming
actually a thing where we're
energy
not allowed
particles
to.
at
The
you, and you
aliens
wanna
won't
take
let
it
us.
out. How are you gonna
heard
take-
this?
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's more than one former Air Force personnel have come forward saying that we were going to test nukes in space, and when we tried, they said no, and they shot down the first one.
said no?
They shot down the next one, and then they made it very clear it's
Who?
exactly right. The extraterrestrials apparently. Where it is
Aliens?
non-negotiable. You will not detonate nuclear weapons outside of your own atmosphere.
Okay, so Earth, that's your playing ground.
Exactly.
This is ours.
Right. Yeah. You're playing around with stuff you don't understand.
You don't
They were going to detonate it close to the moon to see like the effects of a nuclear weapon detonated on the moon, and that was not okay.
Yeah, the aliens are like, nope.
Yeah. So if one of the theories
So
is
who said aliens said, oh, we can't?
retired Air Force personnel.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's the only reason I bring it up. I'm telling you, I don't bring up like tinfoil hat shit. This is if I see an actual guy, an Air Force retired Air Force general, like a couple years out of retirement, saying this is what we were up to.
Yeah.
That shit's hard to just dismiss, right? So I thought that was a fun little fact. But it's funny that he said we don't need to do it. There's no point. Well, we're not allowed anyway, even if we wanted to, according to some of these.
But also, there's no need because we can't,
Hopefully.
like you said, fire from.
What was that rail
land.
weapon they wanted to do though? Remember, it just shoots like a rail
gun.
a steel rail from space that just creates like when it hits with like an
giant
impact of an
fucking
asteroid.
impact,
Yeah, it's awful stuff. Oh my god. There's the weather weapons that were created that work.
These, I think, are crazy.
Yeah.
Who was I just hearing was saying this? They're like, they're working on affecting the weather like right now, and they said within the next 20 years we should be able to.
No, they already have this nailed.
But like a governor or a senator,
The CIA actually,
someone
it's
just came out saying
declassified.
this.
Oh, really? Because there's some declassified CIA documents that talk about them actually using it, which would allude to the fact that they had it. They were going to use it during some sort of conflict overseas. It was a way for them to create an electrical storm to destroy most of the town without their fingerprints being on it whatsoever. So possible that they built this thing already.
California.
Mm-hmm.
They said the dude, who was it? Let's see here. Someone from California said, "Yo, guess what, guys? We're gonna fucking the Britannic. That's funny. That's from last episode. Where is it at? Yeah, they said. Let's see here. Storm Pomelo, California. Blah blah blah. Not now, damn it.
Well, just tell me what he said.
So he was basically saying that he's gonna fix for California, like he's gonna help fix the weather
Okay.
so that it's not, melting hot, and it's like
A scientist was saying, "Don't worry,
no,
guys."
this is like a governor.
Okay, so a governor was like, "Don't worry, guys. I'm going to take care of this.
No,
I'm
he
gonna
said,
make the weather."
I'm putting money into right now. I'm putting money into making sure that
Into
for
a
the next,
program
in,
that
in
controls
20
the
years we'll be
weather?
able to. Well, that's why I'm looking up. I'm trying to remember exactly.
That's
what he was saying.
interesting. Yeah, because I'm pretty
Because
sure.
you know how many
these-
like natural disasters are occurring because of like global warming and stuff, or
Mhm.
whatever it may be.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about. Okay.
Yeah. Good luck fixing that.
I know it's
And I'm sure playing with the weather is only going to make it worse.
tall order. But anyway, who knows? I can't find it. But good stuff.
Rods of God, they're called. Huge metal rods that shoot down to Earth and do the same damage as a nuclear bomb, but without radiation. Yeah, that's cool. It's awful, but it's better than a
Where
nuke.
did we learn that? Chase just said that?
Yeah.
My man.
Thanks,
My man.
Chase. Yeah, because that's like a awful weapon.
Rods of God?
Yeah, wow. What a name.
Yeah, that's a trip. All right. Well, good stuff. Anything else you wanted to mention? Anything we forgot we didn't get to last episode or the episode?
I'll always have stuff to talk to you about. But
Yeah.
we'll get to it next time.
We have more time.
Oh yeah.
So this was this was Crash Talk. Is that what we call it? Yes.
Yeah.
This is Crash Talk.
I like Crash
We
Talk.
do have another series coming up, and it's a little more. It's less just discussion. It's a little more. We have a topic that we'll go around. And
Well, they'll
it's
see
a
it.
cool little gimmick.
Yeah.
It's fun. I also spoke to somebody about doing the intro, and I think it'll be a cool little intro.
Nice.
Anyway, a lot of good, fun surprises coming up in the near future. So awesome. Anyway, this has been Crash Talk. We appreciate you guys. Now you can go crash. You can go pass out. We're not going to because we don't sleep because we are part of the podcast that never sleeps. But you guys are more than welcome to. So thank you so much for watching. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. And make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, but you fucking should be. But definitely hit that like button. Definitely hit that bell icon so you can get notified whenever we do these amazing new shows like Crash Talk or like the one that's coming up or when we do the podcast Never Sleeps Proper.
Yeah.
So, make sure you hit all that stuff and comment. Like, we drop shorts
Thanks for joining
as
live.
often as possible. So, yeah, thanks for joining live. And, Jared, anything you have to say to the people?
Nothing. Always fun to talk. Thanks, guys.
Cool. And, yep, I got nothing to say except I love you guys more than life in itself. But I got a wife this time to make my outfit. I'll get in a second. All right, guys, we love you. Peace out. Have a good one. Laters. Cool. You know about the rule. Good stuff. So that was fun. I don't know why you do that. And we're done. So
I know, but
this is all going to get cut out.
this,
I have to wait like 15 seconds. I told you this before many times.
I know, but
So I just wanted to be like, oh, let's move on. Anyway, good times, you know?